All right, here we go. 4 on the flop. Tamash, no, Tamash. Give him the queen for the sweat, please. Queen for the sweat. 8 for the sweat. Queen for the sweat. There we go. All right, 10 outs, 23%. King, jack, or 8. Sergi's going to raise the cutoff. We have Scott on the button with the jack 10. All right, all right, Karen's luck. I got you. I got you. Any update on the big party poker neon sign for the wall, Kappa? From Dexo. I really like it, dude, actually. That was one of my ideas. I like the orbs, right? The color orbs, I think they're cool. But I think what would be even better would be get neon signs made in specific colors for heart, diamond, club, and spade. Like little tiny neon signs that sit in there. So I thought that'd be cool. But the thing is, I'm going to be here for another year and a bit, right? So I don't know if it makes sense to really like fully invest like thousands of dollars in my backdrop. You know what I mean? So I've kind of just like let it be. But I think that'd be cool anyways. It'd be nice for the backdrop instead of the glowing orbs. But the orbs are cool too, man. I need to turn up the blue one. The blue one's so dim over there. That's not the blue one. Blue one. You almost don't look like you're on, man. There we go. There we go, Big Blue. Let us know you're here, Big Blue. What's up, Honestus? What's up, man? What's up?
Didn't turn in any equity. If he's firing 2 with this, he'd have to fire 3. And if you're firing 3 with Jack 10, it seems like a lot of hands to fire with. There are some hands that might fold Ace 4, Ace 5, and like Ace Queen. The pocket pairs are surely going to continue. But look at this, Scott is going again. This is going to work against Ace Queen.
Action on Scott. I'm gonna bet 4.9 million here on the turn. It's a good bet from Scott. Sergi's in a terrible spot now with the Ace Queen. We can see he has the best hand, but he probably is gonna struggle to assume he has the best hand. What was the last live tourney you played? The 25K PSPC in the Bahamas.
Scott gets it done.
Tough spot. It is a bit of a battleship in here, man. It's a bit of a station in here, no question.
You have a girlfriend in play? You still have a girlfriend?
I'm fine, and you ready for tomorrow's grind? Tomorrow's gonna be great, man. So if you guys are unaware, KO series is kicking off on Party Poker tomorrow. So we're playing 2 1Ks, 2 530s, 2 320s, I think. Tomorrow, so a really high stakes day, and we'll play more stuff on the side. It's gonna be a good long grind. Excited to play some serious poker again, you know. Big prize pools, so should be fun, dude. I'm ready as well. I'm definitely ready to go.
Alex, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Hackle Barry G or Berrig. Yeah, so I'm 28 and I started playing when I was 18. I basically started playing halfway through the year when I turned 18. So.
On the button, gonna raise it.
Yep. Scott going to raise it up with the 10-8 of clubs on the button. Action on Jonathan now, who's a friend of the stream, actually. I Splash Cranberries on Twitch. He's not here, but he was here yesterday, and he's Canadian, so maybe he hasn't opened up Twitch yet. Maybe we'll see him later, too. Raise and take it. Scott doing some good things, man. Making some good moves.
No dramas.
What ISP do you use for streaming in the UK, Jamie? Looking at switching providers and starting streaming from NimHFX. I actually don't know who we're with here. There was only like 4 options for warehouses, and then one of them had 2 smaller speeds, but I just looked for the best speed option and went with that. Philip Gruesome, you're going to give it up. Good luck for tomorrow and for the whole series, man. I'll enjoy the streams. As Musta's still in here. I don't know if he's still in the tournament. He's not on the feature table, obviously. We're down to 89. Hopefully he's still out there in the field. I'm not sure, though. Is Alex Foxen dating Chrissy Bicknell? I believe they're a couple, yeah. I don't have the up-to-date details on that, but last I heard they were. Which is a power couple, man. Because Kristen Bicknell was on the feature table yesterday. And now today, we have Alex Foxen. Tomash is all in the small blind for 2.7 million. Action on John now in the big blind. Looking down at the King 3. Now the big blind is 250,000. So this is 11 big blinds. I don't think John's going to call, but he could.
The jam 11 bigs, John.
He could. He doesn't want to, dude.
It is indeed close.
There it is. Tomash takes it down. Gets it through with the worst hand, but there it is, man. What were your parents thinking when you decided to play poker as a full-time job? Well, I think like most parents, they didn't really know anything about poker, you know? They just grouped poker in with casino games, so they were very concerned when I first started playing. They didn't know the difference between blackjack and poker. They'd never played poker themselves. So, yeah, they were very concerned. But then, like, over time, you know, I was an adult, so I was just like, well, you know, okay. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I had a little bit more inward confidence than just, like, purely depending on their thoughts about me. And then they saw me do, like, survive, you know, which was a good way of explaining the first 3-4 years of playing. Like, I was dependent on them. I was living at home. You know, I was going to school on the side, so it was just, like, all kind of just floating through life, you know? I wasn't really picking a path and really going for it. I was playing poker. I was going to school, doing very average at both, and just, like, wasn't really sorted with what I was doing. So they're like, okay. They accepted it. They weren't happy about it. It wasn't like a source of pride for them. But they, you know, they weren't angry at me or anything like that, right? It's just like they would choose something different. And then I started streaming, and I got and that they thought that was kind of cool. They liked that. And then I got sponsored, and then it was just like, oh damn, this is sick. You know? And then it kind of grew from there to where 5 years later, now I think they are really proud of me and my brother Matt for like what we've managed to do. You know, sort of just out of nothing, right? Like just I started messing around in the basement and kind of got to here, which is the dream for me. And then Matt, the same thing, you know. So now I think they're really proud of it. My mom helps me currently as well. She's retired from teaching, so I employ her as like an assistant of sorts to help me with things that I am struggling to keep up on and stuff. So she actually gets paid by me now to take part of it and sort of knows what's going on and how things are working and stuff. So yeah, man, it's been pretty cool progression. But I always say I think parents and like family that don't understand poker and just society in general is risk averse and results oriented. So I don't think parents ever want their offspring to take risks because risk opens up the opportunity for failure and pain. And it's just like, I think most parents, and I haven't been a parent, but I'm assuming most parents would be okay with their offspring just being standard middle of the road normal people, you know? But the ultimate fear is that they fail, that they fall, that they hurt themselves, that they struggle, you know, open themselves up to something. Again, I've never been a parent, but that's what I suspect. And that's certainly how it felt with my parents, that they wanted me to be successful and happy, but definitely pushed me away from risk at all times, you know? So avoid risks and then results oriented, you know? You could be on a mission and you have a dream and you have an idea and you're on your way, And you're not going to get the confidence or belief of people around you until it actually happens, I feel like. You know what I mean? So I think that's just the world. The world will back you up and they'll support you and, like, think what you're doing is cool when you actually do it, not in the process of getting there. They'll probably doubt you first, you know? When you have kids, will you encourage them to play poker? I will leave the option open to them, Matt Dude 15. I don't want to encourage. If I have kids one day, I don't want to encourage them down a specific path of, like, you must try poker, or you must try sports, or you must try music, or you must be really into academics, or you must really not. Like, I think letting them some individual agency as like beings in the world and pursuing what they find interesting would be good. But, like, I certainly wouldn't shy away from, like, showing them about poker if they were interested in it, you know? Of course, I would love to show them what it's about and some of the things you think about in the game and all that.
Mark can have queen 9, queen 10, queen, jack, ace, queen.
So, yeah.
Pretty much every queen.
Mark has the nuts. What do you say, chat? Damn. Now, Alex Foxen doesn't have much, so I don't think this hand is going to go very many places, but let's see if Alex bluffs on the turn here.
Straight himself still with a 7 or a queen, but wow, he's going for it again. All right, he himself has a lot of queens. He doesn't block any of the pairs.
I missed the vlog, man. Yeah, dude, me too. No time for the vlog nowadays, but the vlog is fun. Maybe one day it'll be back. You never know.
Can Mark find the call, or is he going to raise? He thinks Alex has a queen. Get the lot here. He does make the call, and if you can see Alex.
All right, and Mark just calls here with the nuts. So let's see what happens with the river. 10 on the ends. Board has paired. Now, Alex Foxen has got to think here. Does Mark have very many 10s that are going to check call on the turn? Queen 10 has a straight. Probably would assume play it slightly more aggressive. And already has a straight. But it goes check, check, and Mark shows the straight. So there it is. Alex Foxen gets away. I mean, he's making all the right moves. He knows what he's doing here. What are you busy with? Well, streaming. So streaming as much as I can. But then I co-captain Party Poker Team Online alongside Jeff Gross. So we are working on projects for the team to do things, cool things to, you know, hopefully show people on Twitch more about Party Poker. So that takes a lot of my time. Mondays, there's a lot of meetings. Tuesdays, I try and make more creative things. And then, you know, like, also trying to budget more time for essential self-care type stuff, you know, like exercise, like a massage once a week, like counseling for an hour once a week, allowing myself, you know, an hour a day to just, like, escape and read. Like, all that stuff takes time, whereas in the past I would kind of just open and close, just do things, and then burn out after a couple of months, you know? So just, like, incorporating that balance. It's all a mix, dude. It's all a mix. It's difficult to all cram in, you know? But I think I have a much better balance than I have in the past. And doing a lot. Pretty productive, too. Rebecca's still in the scene, or she's gone now? Yeah, dude. She's in the living room. We're engaged. We are engaged, my friend. Philip Gruesome on the button is going to raise it up with the Queen 9 of diamonds. Mark looking down at 7-6 of spades in the small blind. It's a pretty hand. Can do some things, man. Can make some moves.
Cool. Playing 9-4 off 3-way. Dare say he wouldn't play 9-4 off heads up. King, Jack 3. 2 clubs and a heart.
King Jack 3. Mark checks. Doesn't have a piece of this. Philip Gruesome has a gut shot. And that's it. And it's a bit annoying for Philip Gruesome. I think the standard is to bet here,
Fine. Not a problem,
and like maybe 60% or more. It's a somewhat connected board, but your hand is not good enough to show down.
I bet small, don't
But he goes for a small bet instead. He bets 600,000 into 1.8 and gets it through. I would have chose a bigger size there. But you have any plans to play live poker events? Not for the next foreseeable future. Just focusing on online as much as I can. If there's any live event I would look to play, there's one that's going to happen in London in August. Party Poker Live 5K events. That would be one I would consider playing for sure. Not going to be at EPT Barcelona or PSPC though. But I do love that casino in Barcelona. Barcelona is just a beautiful place. Amazing city. I love that casino as well. Love everything about Barcelona. It's awesome. LM Vasquez 831. I'm trying to be more responsible with my game. Gambling is a set schedule good to be building a poker bankroll. I mean, it could be helpful, yeah. I mean, bankroll management I think is really helpful if you're trying to sort of be more controlled and concise about what you're doing. Bankroll management will help.
Yeah, that was the hand that I tried to do the bet.
Mark on the button with the 8-6 of hearts. Sitting on a clean 20 million. 20 starting stacks. Thank you, Polpa. Yeah.
Raising 8-6 of hearts and the button. Scott will flick it in from the big with pocket fives.
Scott in the big blinds got the 5 and the 5. He's going to call. Okay. 1.3 million in the middle. This could be interesting. Especially because they're all kind of close together. This is good, man. 997. I like this flop. Scott has the best hand with 5s and 9s. Mark has now flopped an open ender. The disaster card is the 5 on the turn, right? Giving Mark the straight and Scott the full house. But let's see what happens here.
9, 7. Certainly one Mark has to bet.
I think if I'm Mark, I go for a bet.
Backdoor hearts.
I think I would check back 10-8, but bet 8-6.
I need to avoid a 5. It would be disastrous.
8 on the turn. Okay.
Not disastrous.
Mark now has a pair and an open ender. Scott has a gut shot and the under pair or 2 pair. Gonna feel okay though. Like probably not that concerned. 85 left in the field at this point. 85 left.
Could play it as a check call. Should he face a bet? Mark. Wouldn't mind seeing a check back now with that pair. Definitely elicit some bluffs from Scott on the river. Instead he's going to bet 300k. Scott can fold to this bet. Gut shots go with his under pair. Lots of straight draws out there.
Okay, and it goes back call. We're going to the river. 3 of diamonds. Neither player has improved. That changes nothing about the board. Does Mark think that he can go for a value bet here, or is he just going to check back?
Scott checks.
We can see a value bet would be good against the hand, but we have to remember Mark is thinking about all the hands Scott could have in this situation. I think it's a close one.
9s and 8s with no kicker. He decides to check it back.
Check, check, and Mark's going to win it. 1.1 million. There you go.
But I think you can go for a little bit of value there. Very hard to imagine you're ever behind.
Catching up on the WhatsApp with the fam. My mom's on a walk today. Damn. Got some waves in Victoria, British Columbia today. Hello, Jimmy. All good? All good, Silver Minkin. After following your stream for a while, you have talked about party poker that I should try and play there tonight. Yeah, give it a go. Come join us. We have a good tournament going on tonight. It's an $11 buy-in, so it should be affordable for most people out there. Called the Twitch Open. So, yeah, come join us. It'll be fun. Gruesome with the Queen 5 is going to let it go.
Still be like 60
Mark at the cutoff with king 5 of clubs. You can actually raise this here.
Mark at the cutoff. Coming in for a raise again this time. King 5 of clubs. Down to the final 85. Inside that $30,000 payout window. Next jump at 72.
And he does. Action on Scott now with the king queen. Which is also a very playable hand. I think calling is going to be the standard move here.
Checkmate from Mark.
If you re-raise, it's probably because you got Alex Foxen in the big blind. You don't necessarily want to go 3 ways. You'd rather go heads up. So Scott is going to go for the re-raise here to 2 million.
A little weaker. A little less confident.
No U.S. players on Party Poker yet, just in New Jersey.
2 million. Mark in position.
I like Party because they took the approach of getting rid of live stats, HUDs, taking poker back to the basics. You have to pay attention. Yeah, man. It is different. Scott takes it down. There it is. 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 Tomash with the queen 6 of diamonds. Another guy is going to fold. John as well. Gonna fold. We haven't seen too much from John. It's been a battle at the right side of the table, hasn't it? It's been like Mark in the hijack, Sergi, Scott, Alex Foxen, and Cranberries. Been pretty quiet on the left side. Yesterday, BBZ shipped both 320 Gladiator and 1 Cam Party. Damn, that's sick. Congrats for him. What tournament did you talk about, Jamie? $11. Twitch Open. Yeah, so it's in the restricted section. It's $11 buy-in. There's no password on it, but it's in the restricted section, so it doesn't list like with all the normal tournaments, so that we hopefully keep it to relatively Twitch people.
You're probably not going. Oh, really? I figured you were. I need to spend time in the UK.
853. I'm not going to give it up. Scott with a clear bet.
Mark going to check in the hijack to Scott. He was on the button in position. I guess Mark's just going to plan to check fold here. Okay. Well, thank you all for hanging out today and watching the stream. We are going to play some online poker tonight, so we're doing about 4 hours live poker coverage here. Caribbean Poker Party main event day 3. But we are going to play tonight and get ready for the big day tomorrow, the start of KO series on Party Poker. So starting off with some no delay, hanging out. Gonna have lunch in a second here. Okay, can't find it. Maybe try searching Twitch in the search bar. You can, I forget we're on no delay, I can just say it out loud. But if you try and search Twitch in the search bar, and make sure you put all for everything, your categories, all, and then you should find it there. Whoa! Cranberries, Jonathan with the king in the small blind. Big hands.
Of course, no decision for him and where to play. Jonathan King's in the small blind has a decision. Yeah, Thomas has got about 15 big blinds behind.
All right, gonna raise up. Tomash Bad news for Jonathan, has a pretty trashy hand here. Now, it is a small raise, so Tomash can still see a flop. It's just cheap. It's an extra 300K to win a pot of $1 million, so he does call. I don't blame him for that. But very far behind against Jonathan's hand at this point. Flop is Jack 10-9, 2 diamonds. Jonathan has the best hand, gut shot, over pair, backdoor flush draw. Good spot.
Thomas doesn't have too many hands on Jack 10-9.
Check, check, 9 on the turn.
Combos. Certainly jams a hand like King Queen.
Benefold, all right. You stick to a schedule for study playing, Jamie? No. I'm trying to stream Thursday to Sunday, depending on schedule and health and all that, or like work and health. So we're 3 days into that, but I don't have like start times for you or anything like that. Life is a little bit too variable in the short term.
Big ass bad card, huh?
Big what?
A big ass bad card. The Vatican.
Big ass bad cold. Bad cold. I assume Christianity is. I mean, most of them not great. Yeah, I think those.
Whoa, Sergi, with the ace and the ace, Sergi.
Sergei, aces.
How you feeling, man? Sitting on 24 million, one of our deeper stacks on the table as well. Scott, I think the cheap leader at the table. Down to the 9-7 of hearts and folds. Alex Foxen with Queen Jack off and the cutoff. A hand you could play here. You wish you were suited. Of course you're going to play if you were suited, but...
Chinese whispers. Yeah, it's called Chinese whispers. Chinese whispers, yeah. And then by the time it gets back to you, it's totally different. Yeah. And that's what we're living in, you know? 1.75.
He's going to misstep here. 1.75. 1.875, pardon me.
And there's the 3-bet from the Queen Jack. We can see this is not going to go well for Alex Foxen. But it'll be curious how Sergi elects to play it. You can 4-bet and you can call as well. I think ace is the best hand to slow play. It's a lot better than kings. Tomash in the small blind folds. Back on Sergi now.
Sergei. Slow play or fast play? That's the question.
That is it. If Sergi 4-bets, I think Alex is going to fold. But then we can see the whole card, so if Sergi knew that Alex had a hand like queens, he would want to 4-bet here. He would want to put more money in right away. But he doesn't know that Alex Foxen has Queen Jack offsuit. And he's doing very well, 85% equity. Your full-time poker at the moment, Jamie? Yes, as much as I can. Close beta. That's the 4-bet in the fold. There it is. Sergi takes it down. There's management sort of work that has to happen as well, but other than that, yeah.
High card queen.
Aces again? No slow play and let him fire his queen high.
Probably the cat in there. By the river at least.
Got shot on the river, boom.
Mark definitely finding his
Mark's going to raise it up to 500K with the ace-5 of clubs.
Under the gun.
Jonathan the cutoff with the queen of spades, jack of diamonds.
We'll return with the same table.
Let's go. Tomash with the ace-10. Quickly folds the ace-10. You could consider shoving that if you're Tomash. 14 big blinds. Consider an under the gun raise. I'm a little bit surprised he quickly folded there. But he does. And Philip Gruesome in the big blind now with King Jack. Going to play. There may be an issue with Sweden. There may be an issue with Sweden. I'm really not sure if there is. Silver Minkin.
7-4, 2 clubs. Huge one for Mark. Double gut shot. Not flush draw. It's nice to have a hand this strong on a board he's not supposed to hit.
No, the cup's going to stay, Le Flamart. Cup's going to stay, my friend.
Phil, just king high, king of clubs. Wow.
Now, Mark's going to check back here, actually, with the double gut shot and flush draw. 6 will give him a straight. Deuce will give him a straight. Club will give him a straight. So, a lot.
Phil with no draw on the turn.
Check.
Does check. There aren't many worse hands he can have here.
Action back on Mark again. We can see he has the best hand, but he doesn't necessarily know what Philip has, so he may want to consider, like, hey, do I want to bet here? Maybe he can get some better hands to folds. Maybe I can set up some river bluffs against better hands, and or I could hit my hand. That's a quick back and a fold. There it is for Mark.
Phil says, all good. Let's get to this break.
Okay, bro, what is the cup? The cup just signifies the amount of support we've had on the day. So if you follow the channel, it drops a poker chip in the cup. So someone try it. I need a demo. Someone click follow, please.
Look, when we return at 150k,
Looking at the chip stacks here
Thomas,
on the table. 12 big blinds store stack. Tomasz, Scott, Margerison, on 120 big blinds.
But Scott Margerson, they
All right, there we go to follow. So you see the chip that dropped in the cup? There you go. That means people are following the channel. So it's like a way of measuring the support of the stream on the day. If you subscribe, it drops a subscribe thing in the cup. If you drop bits like Ed K just did, drops bits in the cup. It's just a way of saying thanks to the support that we have throughout the day, basically. Measuring the community support. So that's why it's there.
Poker party main event, day 3, the penultimate day here. Well, it's gonna be a lot
Cheers,
of-
LeFlam. Cheers,
a
man.
lot of players left.
Thank you, thank you.
Day 3 of a 4-day
All right,
tournament.
back in action here. They went on a break in past time, but we just get to skip it. 150K, 300K with a 300K ante. So blinds are up there now. Tomasz on the 12 bigs.
Margerson leading the way. 35 million chips to day 1. The day 2 chip leader, pardon me.
Got about another hour 45 left in the live coverage before we fire up for the online session today.
Only 2 stacks below the average on this table.
Can I have the actual jewel? Okay, that's fine. It's in a jewel. It's in a jewel case. It looks like it. It's not. Oh, is it? Is it a pack? Oh, okay. I know the ones that you get in California. Yeah, no, that's not.
What if you unfollow then follow again right away? Still get a chip? I don't really know how that works, to be honest. Don't try it. You can try it if you want. I don't know if it'll work or not. Sergey raises up under the gun. We got Mark calling in the big blinds. Mark's been playing a lot of pots, but has had playable hands. You know, it's totally fine to call here in the big blind, closing the action. So he may look insanely aggressive, but from what I've seen, I think he's doing the right things. He's just waking up with a lot of good hands. I see no chip in the cup for that follow. So it seems like it doesn't let you do that. So what is the issue with PokerStars? I see more and more heading to Party Poker. My buddy works with them. His name is Don Committed from Erie Bumps. I don't think there's a problem with PokerStars necessarily, man. You know, I was with them for 4 years, but Party Poker is making an investment in Twitch and making an investment in players to be like, hey, we want to get our site out there to people. We want Twitch people to know about what we're doing. So we're going to support you streamers, you know, sponsor you, support you financially so that we can have more people know of us on Twitch. So it's just it's a collaboration, and PokerStars, it seems, I mean, is less interested in going that direction. Seems to be investing more in other verticals and other avenues. So it's just like we have Party Poker's belief, and don't get me wrong, I mean, there's still sponsored streamers by PokerStars, so I'm not gonna lie and say they don't care about Twitch at all or they don't care about poker. That's not true, but there's a trend
Ace, king,
that is maybe not so positive over there, and a trend that's positive with party poker. So yeah, man, try it out, please, if you wouldn't mind. Try out the site. Let me know how you like it, what you don't like about it, all of that. We want to make it as good as we can for you. So what's up, Ad Rock? Good to see you again, man.
That is why Sergey just insta-folds bottom pair.
Bet and take it for Scott. Just 81 left of the field here. 81 left. Exclamation mark payouts. You can get the details. But next page up is at up to 72nd. Everyone guaranteed 30,000 right now. Cheers, Yuri. Cheers, man. Now I realized that your brother's Matt Staples. I started to watch both of you on YouTube really constantly, like 2-3 weeks. Thought Staples comes from something else. Yeah, no, we're brothers, man. True story. Like the My Game feature on Party, only came across it recently. Found it very interesting. Helpful, right? I think helpful. We got Alex Foxen under the gun, going to raise it up with the King Queen. Jonathan now, looking down at trash. Let's it go.
Alex under the gun. King Queen raised.
Philip Gruesome now in the cutoff with pocket fives.
Been very quiet on
And I think stacks are deep enough to actually play here. The big blind is 300,000. So Alex Foxen starts this hand with just over 50 big blinds, around 55. And Philip Gruesome has more than that. So I think enough for a play. And Philip Gruesome will come along for the call. Now Mark on the button looks down at sevens. Call is the move, in my opinion.
Sevens on the button.
There it is. A call for 650K.
So we will go three-way.
Three ways at the flop. King, queen, fives, and sevens. Yeah, Matt's library is growing. So more and more videos are coming up from Matt all the time.
Alex can certainly win on. He knew he was up against two under pairs. King Queen. Gut shot. Overs to the jack. Backdoor heart draw.
This is not a very good flop for the sevens or the fives. And let's see if Alex Foxen elects to bet here. I think this is going to be a bet take it. Goes for 950,000. It'd be pretty surprising for either player to continue past this flop. It's cheap, but I mean, it's really scary when you have fives or sevens. It's not at all, because you have two outs if your opponent has trip aces. You're just like basically dead when they have it, and Alex Foxen can totally have it there, raising under the gun. Like, it's very reasonable for him to have trips. The only thing that bothers me about Party Poker software is how fast the cards come. You can't even sweat draws or anything. It's like, boom, over. I agree, dude. That feedback has been passed along. It's true, though. It's too fast, man. Like, there needs to be more of a sweat. You know what? I actually have an opinion on this, which is, I think there was a change. I don't know if you guys remember, like 6-7 years ago, and PokerStars led the way on things being dealt faster. And it was going to like generate X amount of dollars by dealing X amount of hands. But I think it's actually counterintuitive. And this is one of those things where poker is going to suffer to make the right choice here. Because based on every management, based on every business metric, the faster you deal hands, the more hands you're going to deal. And the more money you're going to make as a business. And all the middle managers can be like, look at this, look at this, look at this. We make more money. Here it is. And it's like, boom, you get a raise. Congratulations. We're making more money for our shareholders. We're printing. This is great. But if you take a step back and you take a macro look, and you look at the lifetime of a poker player, it's much better for it to be slower. because
Familiar fox and stare.
having players have a longer experience at the table and maybe play 3 less hands per session but have a more enjoyable time over that session, yeah, in that day you might make less money, but that player is going to last longer. Their lifetime is going to last longer because it's more enjoyable, right? So it's just one of those things, man. That's one of those like numbers things where numbers people aren't going to get it.
6.
And you're really going to struggle to make the argument like, hey, slow it down. Give me a long flop. Make me sweat the turn. Like, give me 2 seconds before the turn is dealt. You know, like really roll out the sweat. Big time. It's tough to make that argument, but I agree with him, man. I wish there was like literally a 5-second dramatic, like, here we go to the river. 1,
Certainly a hand
2,
to compare with them.
3, and it like starts peeling the card. Like, it'd be so much more fun, man. It'd be so much more fun. And pros can deal with it and make it actually enjoyable.
2 million bet.
I agree with you. Neil96 dropping the 5-month resub. Hey, Jamie, hope your day is going great. Loving the stream, bro. Keep it up. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Life is good. Excited to play a little bit tonight. Watching some high-level poker at a beastie table here. Hopefully, Party Poker will edit the software and some updates to relax the speed. It happens way too quick for all-ins. On one hand, though, it does rip the Band-Aid of the suck out quicker, but yeah, slow it down. 100% agree. Yeah, I'm not complaining about Party Poker specifically with the fast dealing. It's just an industry-wide standard of like quick hands. That is not correct. It's just not very smart. But I know for sure we've mentioned fast showdowns a lot. The software guys are aware of it. I know Rob Young has specifically mentioned it as well. So I guarantee it's on their roadmap somewhere. So like, hey, let's fix this dealing speed, you know?
Why didn't you tell him before?
Raised to 650K. Jamie, when you lived in Cardiff, was there any good restaurants? If so, name it. I'm about to visit the city from Yosemite. I don't have any advice for you, man. To be honest, I went out in Cardiff for food like maybe twice. I was in the middle of the bet, like just eating extremely boring. So I went out for like breakfast once
Can afford at that price.
and dinner once at like a steakhouse, but like a chain steakhouse. It was nice, but standard. So I don't have any advice for you, man.
5. And all Sergey.
All right. 2 flop here. Sergey with the top pair. Jonathan with 2 unders. Probably just going to be bet folds. If I'm Sergey, I bet. If I have the Jack of Hearts, I may consider checking back. But no Michelin star restaurants? I'm not sure. I didn't look it up. There might be. In Cardiff. Could be. I'm George dropping a big resub, dude. 49 months. Pog. Thank you very much. I'm George for the resub. Welcome back to the team. 4 years plus. Appreciate it, dude. Nice hand, Sergey.
No, I've not lied. I've not lied. Everyone should just show the cards. That'd be cool. I mean, everyone can find that anyway.
Agree with the speed of flops. I would compare it to my preference for poker dealers shuffling versus automatic shuffle machines. Patrick 80333. Yeah, man, the sweat is enjoyable, you know? The process of a poker hand playing out is nice. If you're going to take time away in a poker hand, it should be from time banks as opposed to flop turn river sweats. In fact, you should probably give people the option to sweat their pre-flop hand too if they want. Like 1 card at a time. You should probably let them have that option.
Jonathan in the small blind 8-3 of clubs. And he's just going to give the walk to Thomas in the short stack.
Tomash in the big blind with the Jack 10 of spades, scooping up some chips. Tomash has been very tight. We saw him have an opportunity with the Ace 10 that he could have taken. He elected not to, but other than that, like, just hasn't had the spots. He did call a raise with the 6-4 in the big blind, you may remember. Just a min raise from the small blind, though, so, like, he's got to do that. Nothing wrong with the plays he's making, but he hasn't really had an opportunity to come back here. Both seat 1 and seat 2 have been a little bit handcuffed. Why aren't you playing this tournament? I'd have to time travel to the end of November from PK. And then also, I have a Twitch channel, man. I can't take time away from Twitch. I'm a streamer, bro. Sergi with the ace queen of hearts is going to raise. You have a soup yet? Not yet, dude. It's good to remind me, though. I need to have it in the next hour and a half or so because we're going to start playing online in about 90 minutes. Action on Scott here with the 9-8 of spades. What's up, Monkey May? Welcome back. We are down to 80 here. 80 left in the tournament. Exclamation mark payouts. I think everyone's got 35K right now or 30K. But there will be a champion in about, I think, about 13 hours of coverage left. So in about 13 hours, we'll play down to a winner. Scott with the 3-bet to 2.2 million back on. Alex folds. Tomash is going to fold as well. Card reader's a bit behind here. There it is. Okay, we're back to Sergi. Sergi's got a great hand. A hand you want to play. I think the standard move is to call here, and that's what I would do with ace-queen suited. We can, of course, see Scott has not the nuts with the 9-8 of spades. What soup? Tomato with a peach like yesterday? I think today we're hitting the chicken vegetable with a couple crackers today, actually.
These two go to the flop once more on a 3-bet pot.
Ace high flop. Oh my god, it's over. Sergi! It's not over. He's probably not going to bust, but oh my god, that's a terrible flop. Scott has flopped a flush, and Sergi has flopped the top pair with the second nut kicker.
No reason for Scott to slow down here.
Oh my goodness. Sergi starts with a check. Scott is just figuring out how can I get money. Has the open-ended straight flush, but doesn't need it. Flush is good enough. Going to continue betting here. 1.7 million. There's 7 million in the pot now, and Sergi obviously isn't going anywhere yet. Could get away from his hand on the river or something like that, but not yet. Just here to see if Tony Filoni is still in. I don't think so for a little circle stopper. He didn't bust yesterday, did he? No, he did bust. Tony Filoni did bust yesterday. True. GG to Tony. Jack of clubs on the turn. Okay. It's not another spade, which is really the way that Sergi gets away from this hand. He probably doesn't love the card. You know, he's behind to ace-jack now as well, which could have played it this way. But probably too strong of a hand to fold on the turn. Scott still, you know, full steam ahead. Just shovel money in the pot, basically.
Maybe a big spade.
Cutting out 5, 6. No, more than that. 6.5 million.
Very healthy bet.
Very big bet here. I mean, it's not a big bet. It's 6.5 million to the 9 million, right? So it's 2/3 of the pot. But in relation to what this means in the tournament, it's a big bet, right? Like, things just change in live tournaments where, you know, it's different than online. This is significant. More significant than the math should say. It just works out that way in live poker. So now, Sergi is not happy. If you're Sergi, you're just really not happy here. Ace Queen of Hearts is such a strong hand, but you did get 3-bet pre-flop. You got to remember that. So by the book, I think the book would say call here and then fold to a river jab. That's probably what it'd say. But let's see what a Sergi elects to do. What would you guys do here if you're Sergi? I mean, it's easy. Like, you can see the cards, so pretend you can't. And honestly, do you like the call or the fold? It's tough. I don't like raise, that's for sure.
Flushes, he has ace jack, but on the turn, I think he gives up all these hands like 8s, 9s, 10s.
Throwing in some time banks. I'd call and then I'd fold the river. Fist pump call. I'd call and cry.
Doesn't block a hand.
Is King with the King of Spades ever playing this way from Scott? No. I think King checks the turn. I think it probably bets the flop for what it's worth, but then it checks the turn, I'd say.
Let it go.
Oh, Sergi, what a legend, bro. What a sick fold.
But I could be exploited here.
What a sick fold. You can see it on his face. So pained to fold it. He made a huge move. These players are making so many great decisions here. Really. Like, we've seen some really incredible plays that are not by the book. And they're just doing it, man. Incredible fold. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy. All right.
Scott can't have king, queen, king of spades.
Whew.
King jack even.
Scott's got to be happy, though. He's got a mountain of chips. Hero fools are making more money than hero calls. That was amazing. True. Sergi now, coming off that pot. He looked down at pocket threes. Now, he does not have a great situation here. I don't like this raise. He's going to raise it up. But we have two reshove stacks at the table. C1 and C2. He's got an incredibly tough lineup as well at the table. His hand doesn't play very well post-flop. I think he should just fold the threes. But now action on Alex Foxen with fours. It'll be interesting to see what he does. I like this playing this hand slightly more than raising the threes because higher chance of a multi-way pot. He's still got to worry about two squeeze stacks behind. So even this is like very, see, here it is. Now you've got a squeeze. And I guess Alex Fox is going to be priced in when it gets back to him, with the big blind being 300K, but this is kind of illuminating, right? Tom 2T, a gifted sub to the community. Welcome to the team, Arnold SFC. And Tom 2T, thank you very much for that gifted sub. Appreciate it. Are you Tomash? Thank you very much, dude, for the support. Welcome, welcome. Big match tomorrow, Tottenham versus Manchester City. What's your score? 1-1 draw. I mean, I'm hoping for the Tottenham win, of course, but 1-1 draw. Manchester City is a favorite. Even as much as I'm a Tottenham fan, I think they're a better team at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to make the 1-1 draw call. All right, here we go. Oh, 4 on the flop. Tomash, no, Tomash. Give him the queen for the sweat, please. Queen for the sweat. 8 for the sweat. Queen for the sweat. There we go. All right, 10 outs, 23%. King, jack, or 8. Justice for Tomash, man. 10's not going to do it. GG to Tomash. Alex is going to scoop the pot. 8.3 million. The rich get richer, dude. I mean, he deserves it. 21.6 billion. That's the problem with calling fours there, though. That's the thing. 2 squeeze stacks behind. Ah, yeah.
Almost second place finisher.
Foxing up to 72 bigs. Okay, chat. So I do need to make some soup. Soon. It's important. It's important that I do that soon, man. Because we're going to be playing some online poker right away.
Go for showdown. Yeah. That's what I do sometimes.
There we go.
Against you guys, though, I don't like it.
Holds around his, or no, Sergi is going to open it up under the gun. See, I think 6 is the line, though. This is the cutoff to where it's maybe a play or maybe not. He does raise, and I think it's good. And now we have Scott, again, under the gun +1 with ace-queen offsuit. Could 3-bet this hand? Probably like 3-betting this hand, given how deep they are, which is pretty deep.
So I go raising
You don't want to go 4 ways to the flop.
See, another hand, he wants the 3-bet.
0.25.
Yep, here comes the 3-bet.
A little bit sick about this.
2250. Fold and a fold and a fold. Folds it back to Sergi, who is faced with another difficult situation. How many difficult situations are you going to have today, Sergi? So many. So many difficult spots.
Such a good player position. You're under the gun and +1.
Probably a fold. It's quite a big 3-bet.
He's gonna look
Nope,
up.
he's going to call. I'm surprised because it's almost 4x.
6 million.
And he's out of position, but he's going to give it a go. So to the flop, 5.2 million in the middle. $853. Okay, good flop for Sergi.
3.
Scott has completely missed here.
Good flip for Sergei.
So we'd expect it to go bet from Scott, call from Sergi, but let's see what happens.
Imagine this one goes check check. Scott having no diamond in his hand. Now he's going to reach 4 chips again. Does make it tough for Sergei.
It is 1.6 million.
Any Broadway combos?
Sergi getting a bit better than 4-1 odds.
All his pocket pairs will continue.
If you're going to call pre-flop, you should definitely continue on this flop with this hand. But it becomes difficult, right? It's, you're pretty much going to have to fold to any turn bet that isn't a 6 or a 7 or maybe an 8, maybe a 5, maybe a 3, but probably not, you know? There it is. Bet and a call to the turn. 5 on the turn. This is one of those close ones, I think, with 6s if you see another bet. But I'm curious as to how Scott handles this.
Surely not.
Does he want to continue saying, I have the aces, I have the kings, I have the queens, I have the jacks, or does he want to just give up on the story and take the free cards? Let's see. Check, check. He does give up. King of diamonds on the end.
On the river. Well, that is a card.
Interesting card. Could Scott bluff here? Could Scott bluff? Sergi checks.
Scott knows he can't beat anything by this river.
And now Scott. Got to decide whether he wants to turn his hand into a bluff or just check.
Sergei, a hand like this.
And he is going to bluff here.
On 2.2.
Ooh, 2.2 million. It's pretty small. Very, very small.
About this.
Sergi is getting 5-1 odds. He basically needs to have the best hand 17% of the time, which he does.
0.4.
He has it now.
Does look like he's just trying to squeeze a little bit of value out of
But it's got to look scary to him, right? He's got to see that and be a little bit concerned.
Turns a bluff here.
Thinking about what do I beat. He pretty much only beats hands like this that are bluffing.
Okay, Scott hand. King. Scott can have flushes himself, of course, having C bet the flop.
I'm going to think it through.
It's an all-round weird bet.
Oof. Sick bluff from Scott. Sergi making the folds.
He's getting every single spot right.
Sick bluff from Scott. Look at that. To just shy of 47 million. 46.8.